What's up guys, Pat Alexander here. Welcome to the trading channel where I share my experience in trading crypto stocks, forex, NFTs and everything that I like to talk about. But in today's video, I will share with you a simple crypto trading strategy that you can use not just on Binance but any other exchange or crypto platform. Now I selected Binance because I had to select one exchange for the purpose of the video, but it's really your choice which exchange you will be using. So what is a simple crypto trading strategy? It is a way to determine when it is time to buy and when it is time to sell. Because many people jump into trading and crypto investing without any strategies. They follow some social media posts and news over Twitter, Reddit, Discord, which is alright, not for me. But for some people, they find it useful to follow experienced guys, and this is how they do their trading, which is the wrong approach according to me. The best thing is to have your own strategy that you can follow daily and decide whether you should buy or sell the Bitcoin. And yes, in this video I will share with you a strategy for the Bitcoin on the daily chart, which is the most preferable time frame for me. And for the beginners, why you need a strategy? So you won't be using your emotions. Most people play the game with their emotions, okay? They buy when the market is up, just when the whales are ready to sell it off. And when the market crashes, they sell because they panic and they don't want to lose all their funds. And at this moment is exactly when the whales are actually buying. So pretty much what happens is the beginners make the mistake to trade just the opposite as the whales do. So when the market drops, usually this is when the whales are buying, and this is when the beginners are just scared to lose all their money, so they sell it to the whales, and when the market goes up again, the whales are taking profits and the beginners are gaining confidence again and they buy the market again. And what I'm saying actually comes from my experience. I used to be a beginner and I did the same mistakes that I described. Now I know how the whales are trading, so in my videos on my YouTube channel, I do my best to share with you guys how you should be trading. According to me, of course, and it's your personal choice if you will be using this simple crypto trading strategy. And Binance is the biggest exchange nowadays, which unfortunately was blocked in many countries due to regulation issues. However, I personally use Binance comfortably and I hope to continue using it because they offer one of the best prices. Anyway, it is your personal choice with which crypto exchange you will be applying this strategy. You can use it on your desktop, you can use it on your mobile device, and because I know most of the people nowadays use their mobile devices, I use it from time to time to buy and sell crypto. So let me move to my favorite yellow couch and I will share with you the strategy, guys. And while I do that, you guys make sure to hit the like button. So thank you guys for hitting the like button, and now I will share with you what is this simple crypto trading strategy that I've been using for quite a long time now, and it works really nice. I have the Binance app in front of me, and now what I will do, I will go to Bitcoin USDT. You can trade it versus USDC, but keep in mind that this crypto trading strategy is for the Bitcoin. It works on Ethereum as well, but I use it the most on the Bitcoin versus the American dollar. So what I have in front of me is the chart with two moving averages. Now for the very beginners, when you're looking at the chart, what you can see are those green and red bars. And if I have to explain it super simply, the red ones are the negative days and the green ones are the positive days. These are two moving averages with a period of 5 and period of 50. And if you don't know how to place those indicators on the Binance app, it's super easy. You need to click on that indicator icon and there are the indicators indicators. Click on that and you will see the available indicators that you can choose from. I have selected the moving average with period of 5 and 15. 99 was by default, but I have removed it because I don't need it for that strategy. And then I will just click on confirm. Now the first thing you need to keep in mind that with this simple crypto trading strategy we are buying when the 50 moving average is rising. In other words, you need to see that line coming from the bottom rising if you want to be buying. At the current moment it started rising. It was decreasing a little bit at that moment when the price retested the 40,000, but now when the price broke above the 50 moving average, you can see that it started climbing again. And if I scroll the chart, you will see that this 50 moving average was positive for quite a long time in the last weeks, and it was quite negative since May and the crash we had over here back in the second quarter of the year. So when the 50 moving average declines, we have the confirmation to sell and not to buy, and when it starts rising again, we have the confirmation to buy and not to sell. So if you are shorting the Bitcoin, which is pretty brave by the way, I see many YouTubers talking about shorting Bitcoin, but they are not actually doing, they're just talking about it, and this is quite risky. So I personally wouldn't suggest you to do that if you are not experienced. But if you are brave enough to do it, you can use that strategy for shorting the Bitcoin as well. So one more time, when the 50 moving average rises, we have the confirmation to buy. When it declines, we have the confirmation to sell. So when we have the confirmation to buy, or in other words, when the 50 moving average rises, we are looking at the 5 moving average, and we want to see a bar opening above the 5 moving average. So if the two conditions confirm each other, we are ready to go. Let's have a look at some of the examples. Down in here, when the price was at this bar, you can see that the opening price was 37,241.33 according to Binance. This was 27th of July. So when we had that first bar opening above the 5 moving average, and at the same time the 50 moving average is already rising, we can buy. And we should be closing the trade when we see a bar opening below the 5 moving average. Okay, once the bar opens above the moving average, we buy, and when it opens below the moving average, we sell. And if I move a little bit to the right side, you will see that right over here we have a new confirmation to buy. Probably with that bar, it's very small on the screen, so I cannot see really clear while I'm recording the video. The opening of this bar was at 39,723.17, and you can see that a little bit later we had to close that trade at the opening of 44,400. So another positive trade. Now I don't want to make the video any longer, but if you go through the chart, you will see that there are also some losing trades, and with every strategy there are profitable and losing trades. Of course, I always use the strategies that have more profits than losses. And now I will go back to my computer to show you how exactly I figured out that this simple crypto trading strategy is profitable, and I will show you some more statistics. Let's do it. Now probably some of you are wondering, how do we know if that strategy actually makes profits, right? Is it a winning strategy or is it a losing strategy? Obviously I wouldn't be sharing a losing strategy on my YouTube channel. So if you look at my screen, you will see the EA Studio software, which is a professional strategy builder. I use it as a full-time trader. We have integrated it in the Trading Academy's website, so our traders can use it as well. But what I want to show you in this video is that the strategy shows a positive backtest, and I've been using it successfully during the last months manually from my phone and trading it with a robot on the MetaTrader platform with a CFD broker. Now if you look at the conditions, it's exactly what I explained. We are entering long position when we have a bar that opens above the moving average with a period of 5, and we have the confirmation that we want to see a moving average rising with a period of 50. And if I change any of those, for example, if I change to 60, you will see immediately the change in the backtest. Okay, so this tool, this software gives us the backtest, and we can see exactly how the strategy performed with the different parameters. This way I'm not losing time on a virtual account testing the strategy with different parameters, but I can easily see which are the best parameters at the current moment. And actually these 5 and 50 moving averages have been working for quite a long time, and of course if it is needed I update the values of the strategy. This tool has a lot of options like optimization, normalization, walk forward, Monte Carlo, which are different tools to prove if the strategy is robust enough or not. And that is the algorithmic trading, which is pretty complicated. Even I do it for over 10 years now. I'm still working on a lot of things, but a simple crypto trading strategy like that one works really nice. And by testing many strategies in the software, I figured out that I really don't need to have a complicated strategy. A simple strategy like that one works really nice for me, and I hope for you as well. So if I show you the report of the strategy, you will see exactly the backtest outputs, where we can have a look at a lot of things like maximum consecutive losses 11, drawdown, we can see the profit per day. This is if you are trading with one lot. I really found this simple crypto trading strategy useful for myself, so I decided to record a complete course about it. And actually I showed the strategy in this YouTube video, but in the course I have included the robot for the strategy. So if you wish to trade the strategy automatically on MetaTrader, you can check out the course with a link below in the description. I will drop, of course, a discounted coupon for all of my subscribers, and as well throughout the course I have recorded many videos with examples how exactly I am trading the strategies. I open trades from MetaTrader platform, from my mobile device, so the students can see exactly how the strategy works. And actually I'm quite happy to see that until today the traders that took the course and started using the strategy found it very useful, and they are implementing it and improving their trading with such a simple crypto trading strategy. So if you have found it useful as well, and if you are planning to use the strategy, I would really appreciate if you hit the like button of that video so you'll support my work. Make sure to share your experience with the strategy in the comments below, so the video will be useful for everyone watching. And don't think switching to another video before you guys subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching this video and staying with me until the end. I really appreciate it. I love you, and I will see you soon.